Hello. Say hello, Melanie.
Hello.
Okay, I made enough YouTube videos that are professional to finally do my own that I don't care who's watching. So if you're watching and you've learned something from this and you need to learn how to install WiiU USB loader games to your Wii U and you already have the equipment and you just forgot how to do it, then follow this video. Because this video is for me because I've done it so many times and then I forgot how to do it. And this is how you do it. So this is Super Mario 3. I just installed it through the same method I'm about to show you with a new game. It'll probably take longer because it's a bigger game, but it will work.
If you don't die all the time.
Well, yeah, of course. Alright, so I try to get on Molly's while she's playing. Oh. Sorry about all the shakiness. Okay, so first thing you want to do, obviously, is you need an SD card. No matter what you do, you cannot use a USB because the USB that you're thinking that you have to copy the games to can only be done through this USB card. I just pulled out. For this reason, I'm going to the room where I copy the games. So you basically put the SD card in the computer, however way you do. I'm putting mine in the little slot here because I can. Because I have a kind of computer that I could just stick the card in. And you could also use stuff like what can I not see? Am I too close? That's weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, you could use something like this and like put the SD card in it. But anyway, don't want to make this video too long. I'm just showing you the basics. Okay, so I put the SD card in, and as soon as you do, it'll just populate on the computer. If you have a computer like mine, it'll say SD card reading. So as you know, if you use WiiU USB loader to get your games the easy way on a computer that you've already learned through some other website or what have you, you have it installed on already. So all I'm trying to do is get the game already downloaded. You already know how to do that. I got Mario Tennis in the example, Ultra Smash. And now I am going to go where it's stored. There actually is an icon that says Set Download Directory. You can barely see it on here because my phone is not the greatest camera. But it says right click to open. So you have to pay attention to these things because sometimes they can be easily missed. If you haven't done this in a while, you'll forget little things like this. So you're learning for the first time, that's one thing, but forgetting is a thing with me, so I have to like retrain my brain. I would do this all over again if I haven't installed a Wii U game in like a couple months. So you open up this folder and you got data, images, base, all this stuff, but you want to go in the data folder and you go enter the USA, not emulators because we're not using an emulator, and then you go to games. Now when I got Super Mario 3, I installed in the eShop thing. If you get a game that isn't a Wii U game, it'll go to the eShop game like so, Super Mario 3, and that's what Melanie's currently playing right now. I only installed it like 5 minutes ago, but it's a small game. So now what you want to do is, the games is supposed to be Mario Tennis, which it is thinking that at first I had to copy it to a USB drive. I cut and pasted the game from that folder into the USB folder, thinking I could transfer it from a USB. So again, I emphasize, you cannot transfer games through normal external drives. Even through Linux computers, they won't let you do it because a Wii USB drive is a specifically formatted drive that is basically like a locked Xbox drive. So once you got the games on it, it's locked. You can't really read it anywhere else except on the Wii U. So I'm plugging in the external drive. This is going to be a long video, by the way. You just have to deal with it. Or you can just fast forward, getting rid of, or you're sick of all the stupid little details and you just want to get to the punch. It's great about YouTube. There's a forward button. Let's see, so now that I plugged in my external drive where I copied the original file that I downloaded from WiiU USB helper erroneously, I am going to get the same game now. Now that's the game, but we just need to know that is the game, right? But basically the process is always the same if you've done this before and you forgot, like me. You go into the folder and you copy all these files here, see? Because you can only install one game at a time. It's not like you could just copy and paste onto a computer like normal. It's WiiU USB. The WiiU is not a computer, it's a gaming system. And you can only install one game at a time. So you want to copy all these files, like so. And you know how to do that. You just hit Control A and then Control C. And then now that you've copied it, now you go into your, make sure you go back to your SD card that you got ready before. And mine decided to stop reading for whatever reason. So probably because I put in another drive or something. So I'm plugging my USB drive. Make sure your SD card's plugged in. Okay. There we go. Populated SD card. Now you go to the SD card that you're going to copy Mario Tennis to, or the game of choice. And now you go to these folders, right? And you go to install. See, now this is Super Mario 3 that I just installed files. And I did the same process. So I'm going to get rid of these files, Control A, delete, yes. Deleting those, and now I'm copying Mario Tennis onto here instead. Let's try this again. I guess the memory is not that long on my computer. So let's go back to, oh, because I had to unplug my drive. Okay, sorry. I had to unplug the drive that I'm copying the thing from. Again, bear with me. But it's a learning process. This is the kind of stuff I have to go through every time I do something new on the computer, or I have to do something that I've already done before. I have to go through rigmarole like this, like, oh, the drive's not reading, I get plug in. And you probably go through similar things on your computer, depending on what kind of computer you have and what stuff you have. So everybody has their own little trials and tribulations on the computer. I am not excluded. You know what I'm talking about. So now that we got both of these things plugged in, make sure it is plugged in. Or it's reading. Still not reading on my computer. Didn't know this was going to be a thing. Just plugging in an external hard drive. Come on. Just did it before 2 seconds ago. Okay, let's try it down here again, I guess. Let's get up and mess with it. Okay. Okay, I read it. That's the sound. I read it. Okay, good. Okay, so again, that's okay. So now we go again to the game, just like I said before. Control A. Control C. Don't unplug the external hard drive, or you won't be copying anything. You'll be copying empty space to the SD card, to the install folder. And then paste. And that's what it's going to do right now. I see now it's copying all the Mario Tennis Ultra Smash files to the install folder. Okay. So while we're waiting here, just commentary. While this video is a video made strictly for your own memory, if you forget, don't forget that you've made this video. I guess this thing happens with getting old, but I understand now why people make their own YouTube videos, because you don't know what you're watching on YouTube sometimes when you're looking through stuff that you've already done before, and you gotta like sift through all the folders and videos that you need to do something that you've already done before that you learned from YouTube, and now you can't find that video, or somebody's doing something else you don't want to do. But all I want to do is just install a WiiU game from a program I've already used before, and it's always worked flawlessly. I have at least 50 games on the WiiU, by the way. So it's not like I haven't done this before. Okay, so now it's all copied to the SD card that we're going to now copy the Mario Tennis to. We're going to now pull out the SD card, like so. Of course. Oh, sorry, tripped. Don't trip. Okay. Alright. Alright, she's still playing. She already's been warned that I'm going to be doing this, so it's all good. Alright, I'm going to restart now. We're going to restart the WiiU. Okay. And you can restart however you want. I'm just trying to go the quick way. This might damage it if you just straight turn it off like I did, but I'm not super worried about that right now. And may I see the WiiU controller, Melanie? Thank you. All right. So you're gonna install. It's gonna auto boot to a menu. Okay. And now you see my TV, and that's the menu that will pull up. All right. So as soon as you see this menu, all you have to do is hit the arrow on your control pad here, and there's going to be a program called WP Installer. And it even has, like, it almost looks similar to the software program we used on Windows, which is kind of maybe a physical reminder of what to use. But if I wouldn't remembered that ahead of time, I wouldn't have had to make this video. So anyway, so you're going to go down to that. You can just touch it with your finger, click it, and then it's going to say like all the options, like what it is and what it does, but you're only concerned with load. So hit the load button, of course. It'll load up. You install this off the homebrew applications that you probably got from either Lodine or somewhere else, or however you did it. And now you have on your thing here, the TV just shows a straight WP installer thing, but on your controller here you have install. So you hit install, it's checked, and then you hit the install button here. Now it's going to say, are you sure you want to install? And you say, of course, yes. Now it's going to ask you, where do you want to install? Remember that thing I was saying about the WiiU USB thing? Well, there it is. It's the option, because we're not installing it to our actual WiiU. We're installing it to the formatted WiiU USB that we made, which is plugged in the back of the WiiU right now. Click that. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to pull up a WiiU menu, and it is going to install a game. Wow, crazy, right? And it's actually pretty fast, which is pretty impressive for this program, and it's such a big game. And we haven't even made the 15-minute mark level yet, minus all the weird things that we had to do. So it might be like under 10 minutes you could install a new game. So let's just let the process run so we know exactly how long it takes. And this is what's showing on the TV right now. Showing the progress bar. These are the kind of videos you look at in 10 years and you're like, whoa, I remember that. If YouTube's still around, it'll probably be something like more advanced by then. Alright, let's see. Successfully installed. Okay, cool. So we press OK. Sweet. Yeah, there'll be like freaking WiiU 7 out by the time this video is done being made. 10 years from now. Or whatever, however long it is. Mii Maker shows up, and then you see WP installer one more time because it's just going back to the default screen that was on. So now you just want to get out of this screen because you're done using WP installer GX2, and you just press home, and you're back to the boot menu again. So you could either go through the options and try to just like find a way to go back to the home screen, or you could just press home again. So just do that, press home one more time, and it'll pull up WiiU Maker, which is the default for loading too when you exit loading if you've used that program before. Kind of talking to you and myself at the same time. Alright. My future self. Alright, so of course the normal options for the Wii U are back up. Press OK. Alright, now it's going to pull up all your games. And since it's on probably a external hard drive, the games do take a while to not load up, but the images take a while to load up because that's how even normal computers work. Even if you have the movies or what have you programs installed, sometimes if you have pictures, it takes a second for them to catch up. So that's what's pretty much happening here. And I'm not exactly sure what about it. I just I'm not like an expert, but just basing on what I've seen on computers before. Okay, so now we're just gonna. Usually, the newest game installs to the last screen that you have, or the one that isn't filled with games yet. So that's how Wii's and WiiU's have always worked. So we're just looking for Mario Tennis. So in theory, there it is. Mario Tennis. Ultra Smash. So we're gonna get it, press it, press A, of course, or start, whatever you want to do. And then it'll say preparing updates. Unable to connect to the server, which doesn't matter. The software cannot be updated, doesn't matter. Start the software without dating. Without dating, yeah. And what do you know? We have a new game in 10 minutes on the Wii U. And there you have it.